Everyone, hope everything's going well. Today was a crazy day. Now, it's in the nighttime, August 5th, but in the daytime, here in the US, and you could even look at all around the world, especially Japan, man, those markets got, they were puking. That's the best way to say it. And so many things to talk about. The US dollar, Japanese yen. It got let's see the lows where it was today. We got to 143. Okay. Just a few weeks ago, it was 160. And I did a video, and this is documented, okay? And what I did on AIH Finance, take a look at this content. Let's go to yen carry trade unwinding. I didn't do a video for a couple of weeks, and I said, hey, look, the position and sizing in the yen to the long side is at the most ever. And when I saw that, or it was very bullish positioning, and it was smart money commercial hedgers, according to the futures data, that was a signal that, hey, look, things are going to blow up. I just don't know when. And when the yen carry trade unwinds, what ends up happening is people that are underwater because they borrow in yen and they invest in higher yield securities. But what happens though if the yen strengthens and the asset prices that you speculated in go down? It's a double whammy. And that's what ended up happening. The yen carry trade unwound and everything sold off. What was the reasoning? It could be because people were pricing in a geopolitical event between Israel and Iran, or it could be the upcoming election. Maybe some of the policies are not priced in, whatever the reasoning is. But what I can tell you is the yen, you could have sniffed all of that out based on what the smart money was placing in the yen. Okay. Now, granted, the yen is selling off tonight. That's probably going to be expected. The market should go back up, but I am a bit um, cautious, and I'm not going to be long this market for a very extended period of time. It's not going to be 3, 4 months. It's going to be less than that based on what I'm seeing thus far. Look at this chart of the VIX. The VIX just like went up like crazy to 65. This is an insane move, okay? Yeah, sometimes you see volatility go up to 40. You see it in the 30s, but 65? That means trouble is on the horizon, okay? And what was so messed up was when the VIX hit 65 or close to that in the 50s, I tried logging in to my broker account. And guess what? My brokerage account was not working. It was Schwab, Fidelity, Robinhood, and a few others. TD Ameritrade, which now Schwab owns. All of these companies did not work. So in the morning time, when Tesla was at close to 185, I couldn't make a trade. I couldn't make a swing trade. I did put a small trade for Coinbase. I had option positions that got smoked today in that. But I could have, I was trying to, I think I got Coinbase in the 170s. I gotta look at it, don't quote me on it. But I could have bought, option positions 160s, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do so at the prices I wanted to. I did get once again before market hours. This is probably going to be common as we progress through the year. I did find it fishy that all these brokerages didn't work at the same time. Seems fishy. Now, it could just be a coincidence, but I'm just thinking out loud here. But once again, VIX move of 65, red, red, red flag. And Japanese yen, these guys will still be long the yen over a longer period of time. That's a red flag. Not only that, if you want to look at what the Federal Reserve is doing, and I talked about this in my podcast with J22 Report, my buddy John, he had me on. The CME futures or Fed funds. CME Fed Watch. Let's look at this now. And I want to look specifically, you could look at what? In September, they're pricing in rate cuts, okay? At least 25 basis points, could be 50 basis points, okay? But the Fed funds futures, let's look at that in the CME group, okay? Quote. So what is this saying right now? This means that like they're pricing in interest rates as of August 5.25 about, okay? You take 100 minus 94.70, okay? That's 5.25 about. Go to December. So it's 100 minus 95.63. So you're telling me that the Federal Reserve is going to be cutting about 4 times? That's what the market's pricing in approximately 4 times because 100 minus 95.63. So you're talking about what? Close to 4.5? Not exactly, but and where are you at right now? Between 5.25 and 5.5? Man, that's a huge move, man. Huge move that they're pricing in. And I'm over at Martin Armstrong in his private liquidity or private blog. He says the liquidity crisis threat from Japan. And he's right. You got to look at this yen. Okay, yeah, the yen's selling off, so a market should rip in that environment. But the minute you start to see problems in the economy, risk off, yen is going to strengthen, the whole house of cards is going to become tumbling down. Now, the last thing I wanted to state is that I was so pissed off, once again, going back to Schwab, where I had an option position, a put option in Russell. I was like down the past 3, 4 months in that, or like I was making money, but I didn't sell it. It was like a 180, it was a RUT put. And I was down 4 grand in it. And then it's like $9,000 option. And the last few days it picked back up because volatility went up. Why I was so pissed is because when volatility goes up, the price of the option in that short amount of time will go up like crazy. Granted, I did make money on that option and I will probably rebuy it and I'll probably buy like an S&P option as well, a SPX option. But in terms of options, you have to, buy options for me when volatility is low and sell when it's high. And I'm pretty sure I could have made 400, $500 more if Schwab allowed me to trade. But I couldn't trade because they had issues. I could have bought other stocks too. Now, granted, I am not bullish long term, but from a trading point of view, I do expect a bounce. And what was also crazy today is lumber, okay? Let's look at lumber prices. While everything was down, lumber was up. I talked about how lumber was going down while the markets were going up. Now lumber was going up while the markets going down. Interesting, very interesting. Is lumber foreshadowing this next rally that we have? Could be. Even though I'm not bullish long term, I'm just looking at many indicators. When volatility also spikes up like crazy, it mean reverts. And 65 earlier today. Let's look at the futures and what the VIX future says. It's 28. That's crazy, man. This is an insane move, man. Insane move. And S&P is up 1.32%. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of volatility. If you have heart issues, I would not be trading this market. Focus on your health before getting involved because man, I was so pissed. I was doing work. I had deadlines today, and on top of it, I had to close a position because I knew that volatility would be going down. Eventually, I got in 10:30, but so pissed. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and your own experience today. I'm going to be doing a lot more finance videos because it's going to get wild here. I don't make money off of these videos. I'm not monetized on this channel, but I'd rather do content here than the channel that I'm monetized on, to be honest, because this is really, really interesting. Even though I'm still going to do sports card content, this is really interesting and something that we're probably going to talk about, down the road from a historical point of view. It's going to be nuts. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Talk to you later. Bye.